I urge you to not get a woman pregnant. Please, especially out of wedlock. Like, do not have a baby out of wedlock. Like, you are going to ruin your life. I know that sounds crazy. You're like, oh, well, you're talking from a position of being jaded and having gone through X experience. But I'm saying, okay, I have a lot of evidence to support that it's a really bad idea long term. Like, you're gonna fuck up a lot of mental, physical, financial things for yourself. These are inhibitors. That's what I would think of it as. Like, it's going to remove your ability to work at your full potential in whatever the fuck you're doing. I'm telling you that right now. Now, I would, if you really like a girl, I understand, you want to have kids, you want to move to the next step, get married, whatever. But even in marriage too, like, you have to be very, very careful about having children. Having a kid adds another dynamic to a relationship that I don't think a lot of people really understand the how much things really change, and how much it's gonna affect the day to day routine of things, especially if you live a life that's kind of just all over the place, or someone's emotions are constantly up and down that you have to be around. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. Now, I could say I was with a woman for 10 years since we was in high school. We ended up having a child 6 years ago. I wholeheartedly have not been the same individual since having this kid. Like, everything has changed, good or bad. I'm a different person, but the fact of the matter is, I had a child with someone that I shouldn't have had a child with, and there were some precursors that I chose to ignore. And this is a few things that I feel like I could share with other people. What's a spot like? Who did definitely not have a child with? Like, you need to really reconsider what you're doing. Number one, above all else, you need to look at the history. The history tells all. If nobody in her family is with a baby daddy or has a husband or anything of the sort, it's just a family of women, brother. It's right there in your face. Like, do not ignore that shit. That shit is generational. It's beyond you and what you're capable of accomplishing. Like, you think, oh well, I can change things, and no, you can't. It's beyond you. It's not your thing to change. That's an internal dynamic, and you're an external factor. So leave that shit alone. Second, if she talking about she been in XYZ relationship for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 years, if she been in four relationships, bro, no. When you end up getting this girl pregnant, you're gonna regret this so much. If if it wasn't you, it would have been the last other guys that she was with. It just didn't transpire that way. It's not that you're special. It's not that she likes you more. You're just in the path. I feel like a lot of these women, they would be single moms regardless of who the baby dad is. It was not the baby dad that essentially ruined everything. I feel like the mindset and dynamic on how those women interpret how the relationship is supposed to go versus how it actually went. A lot of men end up very unhappy once they have a kid because they end up giving their all, obviously, for the child, work and time, and then giving their all to this to their partner. It ends up draining them totally, and they end up resenting the situation that they're in because the individual that they're with typically doesn't appreciate even the day to day task and what it takes to keep the dynamic and functionality of a family unit going. Like, they will literally be looking at you like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. It's not about what you did, it's about what you didn't do. You're going to find that to be the most apparent thing. So when you have this kid, like, I had a kid and I was changing diapers, waking up in the middle of the night, doing feeds because she had pumps. So boom, like, just all type of stuff, right? Like, I was there since the birth of the child. I helped, the doctor made me get up and help. I don't even know what he made me do. I forget. I was scared. I saw blood. But regardless, I'm just thinking, like, bro, I've been there since day one, right? And I've been treated like a deadbeat dad. You know what I mean? My mother's kid moved with my kid to another state a couple months ago. They moved to another state. It's just like, and then what do you? It's like, how do you expect to the how do you expect to navigate something of the sorts? It's not like I've been a deadbeat dad, but I'm saying, even if you are a good dad, you are going to run into trials and tribulations you never thought would even be possible because you weren't doing X, Y, and Z to get X, Y, and Z repercussions. But those repercussions, I feel like, of having a child in general are more grand than what you can even understand. And being a dad in these type of situations has made me understand that it's a reason why a lot of dads completely walk out of the situations because there's a power dynamic and a power struggle that's going to be in constant play that the only way you can get past it is the law, essentially. And that's something I plan on doing, eventually. But it's like, even that, you still are going to risk some type of dynamic interruption between you and the mom, the kid and you, or the kid and the mom, or their other families, or something like of the sort. Like, always going to be some type of push and pull thing going on. And there was one thing that I felt like was super big to me personally. I was like, seeing my kid watching TV. When my baby mom was watching TV, she will be watching like RuPaul's Drag Race, and like I don't have no problem with gay men or gay culture or anything. But it's like, why is a 4 year old watching this? Like, these are grown men on here talking about they pussy and shit like that. It's like, bro, like, there's no room for a 4 year old to be watching this type of stuff. And that type of stuff, I would be labeled as homophobic, obviously. But like, them type of things are like, certain dynamics that you don't understand or you're not even aware of before you have this child. But then after you have the child, like certain morals and values come into play, and there's just this constant battle. So I'm telling you, it is probably the most imperative thing is to just focus on yourself, getting money, and just your health. Like, do not be focused on getting women. Like, women will come to you like nothing as they see your confidence and your money grow. And you don't need to have a child to be a man. I thought that was something in my head was being a man was having a child, being a dad, but it's not necessarily hand in hand. I think it has taught me is resilience and being able to show, lead by example, essentially. So even through a lot of the hard times and the power struggle, still being able to maintain good dynamics, level-headed interaction, and you know, be dads are actually really important. And so, regardless of what people say, I've been told that dads aren't that important. Baby mama says she didn't grow up with her dad, so it's not that imperative that the father be around on a day-to-day basis. And I wholeheartedly disagree. I feel like I had a good dad growing up. My dad was around. I lived with him and my mom, so it wasn't like I don't understand that mindset of, oh, I don't need this parent. Like, if you have both, you wouldn't think that way, honestly. So it is what it is. All I'm saying is, do not have children with these random ass bitches. These bitches are demons. They will consume your soul, your whole entire soul. You you will have nothing left when they get done with you. You will have nothing. Look up some shit. Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic. High school girl, right? Or something, right? Trying to take 40 million for herself. 40 million. She did not play in the NBA. Why would you think that you could take 40 million from somebody who actually out there hooping? You crazy. Like, that shit you can't come back from. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it don't matter who you with. You could, like I said, I was with the person for 2 years. It don't matter. People change and dynamics change, and like, you really don't know an individual, bro, until shit hits the fan. You really don't know what they're capable of doing to you.